If you care at all about police being held accountable for what they do, it has been a bad week in 2 different cases of police officers killing unarmed black men and then getting away with it. Let's return to 2 topics we have talked about before. This is Stephon Clark and Terence Crutcher. So in the case of Stephon Clark, the Sacramento County District Attorney Anne-Marie Schubert announced that the 2 officers who shot and killed him, they were just abiding by what they were supposed to be doing. Take a look at this quote from the DA. Was a crime committed? There's no question that a human being died. But when we look at the facts in the law and we follow our ethical responsibilities, the answer to that question is no. And as a result, we will not charge these officers. Just a reminder, because this happens a lot and sometimes it's easy to mix up the cases because of the country we live in. So officers Terrence Mercadal and Robinet responded to a vandalism complaint last March. After a brief pursuit, they turned a blind corner without announcing themselves and fired their weapons 20 times, hitting Clark at least 7 times. According to an analysis by the New York Times, 6 of the shots likely hit Clark as he was falling or already on the ground. Many of them hit him in the back. Though the police claim they believe he was pointing a gun at them, Clark was unarmed and his cell phone was found under his body. 6 minutes passed before police offered any medical support. And that crops up so often in these cases where they know that they did something wrong, they mute their body cams while they get to talk about their strategy, and then a person is there. Maybe could be saved, maybe doesn't have to die, but the police don't want to get involved at that point.
Right.
That is something that we see all too often.
Right, so instead they yell, hands up, put your hands, like, and the person is dying.
Yeah.
That happens so often. This is, what's frustrating, I think, for a lot of people, and not even that, I don't even think people have faith in the further part of the justice system, that these people will actually, the jury will find these officers guilty, but just the fact that these cases don't even make it to a courtroom, I think is really frustrating.
It's not even worth looking into.
Right.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, granted, 90% of the time it gets to the jury lets them off. We understand that.
Right.
But let's at least have like the theater of justice. Let's at least entertain the fantasy that hypothetically this time it could be different. Let's talk about the other case. Let's talk about Oh, actually, so we had a little bit more on that. But I'm gonna move ahead to the US Department of Justice also. This is last Friday. Former police officer from Tulsa, Oklahoma would not face federal civil rights charges for killing Terence Crutcher in 2016 in what she claimed was self-defense because she believed he was reaching into his car for a weapon. Crutcher had been holding up his hands and had no gun on either his person or in his vehicle. And those who say that he couldn't have been reaching for a weapon because his hands were in the air, their argument was bolstered by the fact that the entire thing took place on video.
Right, there was like helicopter footage, very clear.
Exactly.
Footage that he wasn't at all reaching into the car. And also, she already escaped, state charges. She did go to trial for this. And it was like manslaughter charges or something
exactly,
like that.
In the family, yeah.
And then I think she's still a police officer.
Yeah, I don't know, like we've covered so many of these cases. I don't know what you have to do to accidentally fall afoul of the law when you do something like this. Because how many of these have taken place totally on video? Every second of it. In Chicago with Laquan McDonald, you have to wait like a year and a half to find out anything, even though all of it is there. 100% clear, you can watch it in video. It is incredibly frustrating sometimes to see not just the glacial pace of reform in this area, but under people like under Trump and under his Department of Justice, the actual backtracking of reforms in these areas.
Right.
Thank you very much for watching this clip from the Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.